Okay, so guys, today we're going to be looking at triangles, all right? And not just a triangle, because give me a thumbs up, a thumb sideways, or a thumbs down if I say triangle and you know what it is. Thumbs up, thumb sideways, or a thumbs down. Okay, good. I see thumbs up. Very good. All right. But more the points that make up a triangle and the line segments that make up a triangle. Show me with your fingers how many corners a triangle has. All right. So if I draw this, this, and this. Alright, and I'm trying to use this meter stick here. Does everybody agree that's a triangle? Okay, does everybody agree that on these corners are points? Okay, and the triangles are connected together by, the triangle is connected together by line segments. Okay, so these points, we're going to give these points names. Alright, we'll name this point Z, and this point L, and this point M. Okay, so these points have names. So when I am talking about this triangle, there's a few ways that I can talk about it. Okay, so I can say triangle ZLM. Okay, so it's like the name of the triangle is ZLM, which would mean ZL and M. But I could also say triangle ZML if I went around the other direction. Okay, it would be sort of like reversing your middle name and your first name and your last name. Okay, all of those are your names, but usually we say your first, your middle, and your last name if we were going to call that to you. Alright, but when I lived in Japan, they always called me my last name first. Okay, and then they would call me my first name and then my middle name. So they were still my names, okay, and it's kind of like what happens with the triangle here, all right? But we don't even have to start with Z, okay? So like when I was in Japan, we could start with the triangle's last name. We could start with the M, okay? M, Z, L, or triangle M, L, Z, Z. Okay, you might think this is not. This is it, but the fun is not over. Okay, we still have one more letter that we could start with. This would be starting with an L, Z, M, or triangle LMZ. Okay, so there's lots of different ways that we can actually name a triangle by using its points. That's what gives a triangle its name. Okay, now, you might see a triangle that has, that looks kind of like this. Trying to get it as straight as I can for you. Okay. And here. Alright, there's something special about this triangle that isn't special about this triangle. I'll give this triangle a name too. I'll name this one COW. Okay, but I could also call it CWO, or triangle OCW, or triangle OWC, or triangle WOC, or triangle WCO. Okay, there's lots of names I could do it. Okay, or you could just call it triangle cow, right? Does anybody see something special about this triangle that's unique, that is not special about this triangle? Okay, anybody see anything about it? Alright, good. I'm seeing people who see things. It has to do with this over here. Give me a thumbs up, a thumb sideways, or a thumbs down if this is what you can see. Okay, very good. This is a right triangle. Okay, because it has a right angle in it. Okay, it's got a right angle in it. And so, that's just something that you might want to know, might want to think about. And just for fun, for those of you who are thinking about it, right angles, you know, have 90 degrees, right? Alright? Does anybody have a guess about how many degrees altogether are going to be in a triangle? Okay, I want you to just get a guess in your head. You know a circle has 360 degrees, right? You know a circle has 360. So I'm going to actually just tell you how many it has, and you can compare it to your own guess. A triangle altogether, this angle plus this little angle and this little angle are going to equal 180 degrees. It equals the same amount as in, look, a half a circle. Okay, isn't that cool? And want me to show you something even cooler? Look what I can do with this half a circle. Split it up, and I could make 2 triangles. But I have to draw those extra lines to get those extra degrees. Okay, I'm just showing you this just for fun. Okay, so 180 degrees in the whole triangle, just for fun. So we have a right triangle here. But you can be able to think about that because sometimes the question might ask you if the angle is bigger or less than a right triangle. Bigger or less than 90. Well, you know 90 goes straight up and down. So this one's got to be bigger, right? And you know that if 90 goes straight up and down, that if the angle is this here, it's smaller. Okay? And this one, this triangle here, it's called an obtuse triangle. This isn't something you have to remember. All right? You will eventually, but not in 3rd grade. I'm just telling you. And this one here is called an acute triangle. My kids last year really liked this because they could say, hey, that triangle's less than 90. It's a cute triangle. Okay, they always remembered that because they said it was a cute triangle because it was less than 90. Okay, but you will have to know bigger than 90 and less than 90. Okay, so I'm just telling you these are the names for it. When you go to do your work today, you're going to want to be able to name the triangle. Okay, you're going to want to be able to draw the triangle's points. And you're going to want to be able to measure. So measure each side of your triangle. Okay, and I know you probably remember how to measure. And if you have some trouble with that, you can ask me to help you out. Okay, any questions?